guys, welcome back. Or I guess I'm the one that should be like, I'm the one that's been gone. But I figured I would get on here and take a few minutes and show you some of what I've been working on while I've been MIA. You will have to forgive the sound and lighting. I don't know how it is right now because I've got different studio lights and it's blinding me and I can't see. So I don't know. These are the journals that I have been working on. I've taken a break from the crafting videos because I don't know, I just was in one of those fogs or stumps or something. I don't know. But I didn't stop my journaling and crafting. I just took the time for myself, and I think it was something that I truly needed. So I'm going to show you these, and then we're going to go through on how I made this one. But this one here is just, this is a Moleskine, and I've just, I don't know, I've just enjoyed not having to stress and worry about how it looked or anything like that. This here is some piece of scrapbook paper. This is some book page. This is out of a magazine. This is out of a magazine. This I done stenciling, and I used some of the Spackle from, I think I got this one from Walmart, but you can get it from Dollar Tree. And that's how I done this as well. And I'll show you guys that. But I just, there was nothing that, you know, this is out of magazines. All of this is out of a magazine. So I done some watercolor. That's out of a magazine. And I've just been, I don't know, I've just really enjoyed even just putting the watercolor on the paper has been very like therapeutic, I guess you could say. I don't have something on all of these pages, but, you know, I've got bits and pieces throughout, some of the, you know, magazine stuff. And then there were different ways that I'd done my, my watercolor on the paper. I was trying out with spackling on the papers. So you see, I mean, it's all kinds of different stuff. And this one is nowhere near finished. Neither one of them are. But this one is one that I use this one as like a daily. So you see it's got my to-do list, and I'm okay with that. I don't care if it's not. And of all times when I finally decided to start filming a video for you guys, it starts storming. So we will see how this works. But I use this as just like my everyday catch-all planner, commonplace. I don't know if that's what it's called. But then there's this one, and this one I have really had fun with. It is a composition book, and I've done the shorts to show y'all. It is an altered composition book, but it's totally different than what I've done in the past. This is painted. I put a coat of gesso, and I'll show you guys how I done it. But I put some gesso and then some acrylic paint. And then I taped my black edge off so that I'd have that good straight line. And then I just took a stencil and I took the spackle and put over it. I thought I might paint the spackling, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really stressed over it. I haven't done anything to the inside yet. And I've just got some different things. Some of this is stickers, ephemera, but you see some of the pages have got more paint or watercolor on them than others. I've got, you know, like a little card just stuck in there. It's just a little tab, and I just, you know, I wanted to just have some places to put some little I don't know, bits and pieces. I've got a lot to put in here, and I'll show you a couple of really cute things. Like these pages, they're just done with watercolor. And I was just playing with it. And I actually have ended up loving this. This I done a tip in. So this is a piece of scrapbook paper. And I just cut the height and I left the width. And so I just folded it. And then I just done it as a tip in. And I've got a couple of those in here. This was a card that my boss gave me. So what I've done is I've actually made, this is, let me see if I got something I can show you. I think I got, where was that at? Over here. So this, I think I done it this way. So I made it as a pocket here. You can still open the card and read what it says, but I have a pocket there. And then this was the envelope that it came in. And so I figured I'd stick it in there because I can use it to store stuff. So that's what I've kind of done differently. Here's another tip in, and it's just, again, it's a full, I just only cut the height. I just left the full 12 inches. And I've just got some, you know, washi tape thrown on it. This one says, I have a story to tell. And I've got my cards from my room keys from when we went on the cruise. And so I'll probably journal something about the cruise there. And let's see, just life is great. So it's just a bunch of, I don't know, and there's like no rhyme or reason to it. It's not, but it was so much fun. Even if, honestly, even if I didn't do anything else to this journal, I love it. But I want to do more to it. Like this, I done it as a side tuck. And then this is like a little tip in here. I had 2 pieces of scrapbook paper, so I just taped them together. And your smile holds so many secrets, and so I'll journal some secret stuff there that my smile tends to hide. This is just one of the music note paper clips. This is another tip in. It's the envelope from my daughter's wedding invitation. Again, I was just playing around with my watercolor. This, I made it into like a little tuck, so I just tucked that there. This is some washi paper tape stuff, and I just ripped it and put it in there. This is her wedding invitation, and I've just done it as a tip in. And I'll probably put some of her wedding pictures there. This I done as a tip in. It doesn't fold out, but it is just a tip in. And I did not pull any pages out of this one, nor did I glue any of these together. And then this is just a magnetic bookmark. And I mean, I can tell my mood by looking at each of the pages as I painted it. I could tell days that I was really stressed and days that I was feeling pretty good. And yeah, that was one of them stressful days. So it was fun. I have to say, another one of the magnetic bookmarks, another one there. And so I figured what I would do today, here's another tip in. I figured what I would do today is kind of show you how I done some of this. And then we'll work on this some in the upcoming weeks. You know, this is not something I'm going to stress over and be like, you've got to get this done. This was the RSVP card to my daughter's wedding. Obviously, she knew I was coming, so I just kept it for my memories. And I didn't do anything on that page. I don't know why. But there's another tip in, and then that. And I haven't done anything to the back yet, but I will be. So, let me show you what it started as. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog. She does not like the rain. So, right now, this is not the good. These are some of my ones that I was playing with that they turned out crazy. So this one, I just started, I done gesso on these pages, and then I done some acrylic paint. And I don't know, I wasn't real happy with this one, but this was like my first one where I was kind of trying. And it's okay, but the pages are really heavy because of the gesso and the acrylic. So I was just not real happy with how this was turning out, how the pages felt. It's just not one that gives me joy, and if it don't give me joy, I'm not going to do it, and I know me. This is another one. I took some of the pages out of this one, and I started trying to do some on this one, and again, this one just wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't speak to me, and that's as far as I got. And then there was this one, and this one is okay. It's not one I'm not happy, but I done the gesso and acrylic on this one, and I started putting like magazine stuff in it, and again, it was one I don't like it, and I'm not going to do it. And so this is another one I just kind of put to the side, and this is how this one will probably stay. So right now, Office Depot has got their composition books for 50 cents a piece, and these are really good ones. These are the ones that I used for the one I just showed you, the one that I'm using. These are the ones that are made in Vietnam, so they have the really good paper. So I picked up like 20 of them, and they have them in college ruled, wide ruled. They have them in the black. They have them in purple, blue, and yellow, I think it is. And some of them I'm just going to leave like this and just decorate the front with stickers or something. I don't know. But this is how it started. And then what I done was I just took a piece of sandpaper and I roughed up the cover, because you can see this is pretty shiny. And so I wanted to make sure that my paint and gesso and all stuck to it. So I roughed it up some. And then I wanted to make sure that I kept my black spine. And so what I done there was I just took some washi tape and running around it. I put the gesso on it. I let the gesso dry, and then I sanded it a little bit with a really fine grit sandpaper. And then I painted it with some acrylic paint. And then I took, see, I've got all these done. Then I took my stencil with the spackle, and I covered that with the spackle and let it dry. And now I can remove this. And this is the one that we will work on some, because even though this is not, you know, I have this one. This is the one I'm working in. I wanted to do another one to show you guys how I actually done some of the stuff in here. And I've done it several different ways. That's a piece of spackle there. So one of the things that I've done, and if you don't have a lot of time, or if you don't have a heat tool or something to dry your paper, I'm going to show you probably my easiest way of putting some color on here. Now, I also picked these up at Office Depot. It's Bria Reese. It's watercolor creams. I've never seen these before, but I actually really like these. And I think they were like $11. They were on sale. And so you can also do this with watercolor pencils. You don't even have to do anything like this. It's just kind of what I enjoy doing some. So I'm just going to take my the watercolor cream, and I'm just going to put some color down. And it's okay with how it looks right this second, because it's not going to stay this way. But I'm just going to show you guys real quick the best way to do it if you don't want to get the paper soaking wet, but still want something in there. So that is where wet wipes were my best friend. And so I just took a wet wipe, and I'm going to start right here in the middle, and I just kind of do it, fold it a little bit, and then I just take that wet wipe and I just go around that blue. And now when I'm wanting to go into the purple, I'll just go right on up into the purple. And I'm just doing it in circular motions like that. And see how it just looks so pretty. And then I'm going to fold it back over, and then I'm going to go down into the red. And there we go. And so it's not really wet. It's a little damp, but it's not wet. You know, I don't mind closing it over and going on to the next page. And then what I would do is I would take like some water, and I would just squirt onto that wet wipe, and then I would just get the rest of that the color out of that. And so if I done splashes or something, the little splotches, you know, why not use the pigment that's already in that wet wipe? And I would just do something like that, and it would give it that pretty pigment, but I wasn't having to actually like paint that pigment. So let me grab another one of these because I didn't bring my heat tool in here. So I'm just going to set this one to the side for right now. You can take and like turn it if you want the splatters to go different ways. Just turn your paper and it'll be perfectly fine. The other thing that you can do, let me see. This is some of my watercolors here. My green has went everywhere. So one thing I could do is I could just take, and that was dirty water, but it's okay, I forgot. I could put some water on this page here. And then if I want to just put a little bit of color in it and just kind of let it do its own little thing, I can do that. And I would do that quite a bit, and then I would just take and like just kind of let it go its own little direction. And like I said, this was so therapeutic for me to just be able to do this. I have to say that I think I enjoyed this probably way more than what I should have for what I was doing. I was creating a journal, but I think it ended up being more my art journal that was just, I don't know, it was just real, it was very therapeutic. Now I'm just grabbing another one since I didn't bring the heat gun into here, which I should have. I really should have. And so I guess this is maybe like a hybrid between a junk journal and an art journal, because it's definitely a junk journal because it's going to have all kinds of junk in here. But at the same time, it is an art journal. All right, I'm just grabbing some of my watercolor right here. I don't know what I want. Okay, so the other thing that you can do is if you had, you know, the tube like this, you can just take and just put a little bit down on your page. And I'm just going to take that same wet wipe that I just used, and I'm just going to do it around. You know, if I was just wanting a lot of color in it, just basically wanting to get pigment on the page, I could do this. And it's not going to get that page really wet. And I could add more pigment if I wanted it darker around the edges or what have you, but I don't think I do. Let's see what this would look like if I put a little bit right here. This is, I don't know what color it is. Oh, I should have like squeezed the tubes. Oh well, we're good. It's a good thing this is just my little crazy journal. But you can just do all kinds of stuff, and it just gives, I don't know if you guys are like this, but when I sat down to journal and it's a start white page, I cannot, whether it be junk journal or what, I can't do anything with it. I don't know why. It's just like nothing. I cannot do anything with it. And that's so aggravating to me. I don't know why I do that. Like now that I've got paint on these pages, I'll have, you know, it won't be nothing for me to just go right along with it and do something with them. Now my husband, in the Temu video that we done yesterday, he gave me an idea and I want to try it. These are those little glue bottle things that I got from Temu, and I thought he said something about this, and I don't think this is what he meant, but it really gave me an idea. I'm just looking, I'm just going to grab one of my watercolor tubes. I don't know why I couldn't get one in the top row. I wanted to get one in the bottom row. And I am just going to put just a drop of this watercolor down in there. That's more than enough, probably too much. And I am going to see if I can just squirt this in. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just squirting it out, the water out of my bottle into my other bottle. And then I'm just going to put the lid on this, and then I'm going to shake it up. And I don't know how much pigment it's actually going to have, because I'm thinking it looks like it's still stuck in there, is it? No, I guess it's all dissolved. I don't know. I think I see some floating in the bottom or settling in the bottom. But it'll be fine. I don't care if it's got enough pigment in it or not. So when he said that, I thought, look at that. He's a genius. I'm not telling him that though. So I could do like bigger squirts. Oh yes. Guys, this is wonderful. Because I could do different colors in different bottles. Let's see. We about to do it. Let's do this Purdy color blue here. Yep, he's a genius. I like that. I love, and you could do that with coffee. Put coffee into these little bottles. And then just, that way you would be putting it right where you want it. I think that is genius. Put some of that watercolor right there. And so again, guys, I do apologize that I was not here for a while. I just, like I said, I just needed some me time. And I have missed all of you, and I do appreciate all of you that checked on me. And I don't know, you know, sometimes we get in our feels and not a lot we can do, but just let it run its course. And that's what I had to do. All right, let's see. Oh, guys, I love it. Look at that. Ah, that is so pretty. All right, I want one more color on there. Okay, see, this was not what this video was supposed to be about, but I can't help it. We're going to blame it on, oh, maybe this really bright green. We're going to blame it on my hubby because he gave me this idea. And so you can get these off of Temu. The links to these are in the video from my last Temu haul. Ooh, I probably got too much, but it's okay. It'll just have a lot more pigment in it, which is fine because of it being that green. Let's see. Oh, and I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I also had taken the time. I was doing some digital design while I was taking my little break. I think I just got burnt out. I think that's what the thing was. And so it felt good. I've done several more of my digital designs and released them. So that felt good. All right, let's see how this looks. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that, guys. That is too cute. Okay. I'm sorry, but that is just way too cute. Now I need more of those bottles. I think I got some more somewhere. If not, I got to order some more because I love this. That is so perfect. That is too much fun. All right, let me show you the other thing about the with the spackle. And I can't really do much with that because I don't want to mess those up. I am going to take my little paints and move them right there. Love that. And I am just going to set this over here maybe. All right, let me see what stencils I brought in here with me. I don't know if these are any that I would really want to use or not, but we'll take a look. And we will spackle one. And so this one is like numbers or letters. I guess, oh shoot, that's all I brought in here. Okay. What do we want to do? Well, you know what? We can do it on one. I'm just going to do it on a little note card or something so that you guys can see what I'm talking about and how I do it. So that way. All right. So we take this and let's see. Let me find. Well, that's kind of cute. Let's do that right there. It's like the numbers all different. Yeah, we'll do that. And what do we want to do it on? Do we want to do it on this? May as well. We may as well. Okay. What I use is a silicone spatula. Just from the Dollar Tree or whatever. So I just take my spackle and I just do it just like that. And I just kind of go over it. Now I don't want to go all the way to the side because I don't want to get those symbols. I want just those crazy, the number stuff here. And so I am just mushing it around a little bit. And I think the spackle that I'm using right now, I think is a quick dry spackle. So you'll have to read on whatever spackle that you get to see how long you need to give it to dry before you can paint over it, or, you know, before it's cured. And you can, you know, you can decide if you want it thick, if you want it more thin. I about had that a little too thin, so let me go over it a little thicker. I'm just going to put it over there. And you could even tint the spackle with some, like the watercolor or something. And then you just take your stencil, maybe, very carefully lift it up, and there you go. And then I'm just going to wipe this off with my watercolor paper, and it's going to get watercolor all over it, and it's getting spackle on me. I need to go rinse that off instead. Okay, because I just made a huge mess, but y'all knew I would. Some things will never change, and that's one of them. I can always make a mess. So there's that, and that is so cute. And you could go back in with some kind of patina paste or ink or anything like that, and you could ink it up if you wanted to. Like I said, you could color your spackle. It's easy to do. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to show you guys tonight, because if I start on anything else, it'll just make the video too long. But I mainly just wanted to show you guys what I had been doing and let you guys know that I didn't stop crafting. I just had to take some me time. And I am back though. I'm filming this video on Saturday, July the 6th. I don't know. I'll probably try and hold off on posting this until Monday, maybe. I don't know. I'll see. Because I don't want to overwhelm myself and say, okay, I'm going to be doing videos every day. And because right now I'm probably not. And next week is my 1 week in the office. You know, I'm 3 weeks telework and 1 week in the office. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so much. Like, it's not that I don't mind going in the office, but I've gotten to where I love to just lounge around. I have become an introvert. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to interact with people. I don't want to go shopping, nothing. So yeah, I gotta work on that. But anyway, we will see. Let me know if you guys want me to continue on with this kind of my junk journal, or if you want me to do a different kind of junk journal. I don't mind. I really don't. Let me know if this is something that you would be interested in, you know, kind of how I've done this. I also had the little one, and I have the little mini composition books as well that I use. And yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. Thank you all so much for sticking with me and for being there and for all the positive comments that I have received. You guys are the best. I mean, you truly are the best. When I got into this community, I had no idea that I would meet people that I consider to be my true family. There are some of you guys, and I'm being very honest when I say this, there are some of you guys out there that I wouldn't think twice. If I had a need, I wouldn't think twice about picking up the phone and saying, hey, I need your help. There are some of you that I would call probably before I called some of my family members. And not that I would do that, but I mean, just to know that I feel like there are some of you guys out there that I really feel like I could do that if I needed you to pick me up, you know, anything. And I cannot tell you guys thank you enough. You know, I said in the video about the comment that I'm an only child. I had a brother that passed away before I was born and a sister that passed away after I was born. And unless you're an only child, you have no idea the loneliness that you feel. And I had a sister-in-law, my ex-husband's sister, that when he and I got married, God had finally given me a sister, and then he took her after 14 years. And so ever since then, I've not been the same. And I don't know, I think that loneliness has really hit. And but it feels good to be able to have all of you guys as my family, that whenever I'm feeling that way. So I'm sorry for rambling, but I just really want you guys to know that I really, truly appreciate you. I may not say it enough. I know I don't say it enough, but just know that I do appreciate every single one of you. Everybody that has supported my Etsy store, purchased from me, you will never know what that's done for me. And if you don't have the funds or ability to support my Etsy store, just watching my YouTube videos, that helps so much. But again, thank you all so much. If you have made it this far, please leave me a yellow heart, please. Leave a comment below. I'm trying to get better about answering the comments, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope to see you maybe tomorrow. I'm not going to make any promises, but within the next day or so, I will see you guys. So, all right, guys. I love you all. Bye, guys.